Hey guys, if you like emergency kits, survival kits, go bags, or bug out bags, I think you're really going to love what I've got in store today. I've been working on this 14-pound bug out bag that's pretty cool for a couple of months. So stand by and we'll take a look at it. I would call this a core pack. This is the essential stuff for 72 hours or a longer term situation that I would put in any pack and then build from here. So let's take a look at what's going on here. So the first thing we have here, just starting from the outside, we've got sunglasses. Now, of course, they'll protect your eyes from the sun, but also it's a tactical advantage. They're actually a self-defense mechanism. People can see a lot in your eyes. Good sunglasses will help conceal that when you're in a particularly bad situation. On this side, I've got my clean canteen, over 1 liter stainless steel single-walled bottle. You can boil your water in this to purify it, and you gotta use single-wall bottles. Double-walled bottles could explode. On the back side here, I've got 2 things that are really important. One, we've got this Coast flashlight. LED flashlight, nice and bright, 130 lumens. The beam focuses by sliding it out. Next, I've got this Saber pepper gel, less than lethal, first method self-defense. Inside here, absolute necessity is good quality leather gloves. I've got my Shamog scarf, you can use it as a head wrap, bandana, sling, pure filtering water, a towel, a blanket. We've got stainless steel cup for boiling. I've also got a cleaning pad in here, and inside, kind of stuffed in there, I've got this Soulscape Bivvy. One thing I love about this is that it's actually breathable, so you don't get condensation and sweat that accumulates on the inside. I wanted to design this kit so that it was upgradable. One important upgrade that I'm going to tell you about right now, because it's a direct swap. If you're in a situation where you don't need as much shelter protection, but water is much more important to you, here's an upgrade. So here's your cup. So this is a Soul 2-man Bivvy sack. So it's a lot smaller, a lot lighter. Now this is not breathable. We've got our Sawyer mini water filtration system, so you can process a lot more water with that. And then we've got this cool Dromedary MSR 4-liter water sack. And this thing could strap on your bag. You could actually set it up to wear it kind of like a backpack. So if you need to carry a lot more water with you, then you can swap this breathable Bivvy sack, which you can see is a lot larger than the 2-man Bivvy here. You could swap that for this water kit and the smaller Bivvy sack. Next, another absolute essential as far as I'm concerned. These are 55-gallon, 3 mil thick trash bags. I recommend the largest you can get. They come in mostly 42-gallon and 55-gallon. You can use these for shelters. You can use these, stuff them with debris like leaves and make an insulating mat out of them. They're great for covering your gear. A myriad of uses. We've got some of them up on our website, so you can check that out more. If you wanted to reduce the weight and size of this pack, you could maybe take 2 of these. These are the 42-gallon ones. These are 3 mil thick, and this is 2 of them. So you can see the size difference. So if you wanted to decrease the size a little bit and decrease the weight, you could make that swap also. Next, I've got a fixed blade, just basic Mora companion knife, good for lots of outdoor tasks, and they're ridiculously cheap for what you get. We've got the Best Glide Ultimate Adventure Survival Kit, and this is the advanced version. Let's just run through what's in here real quick. First thing is the lid. You could cook on that. It's got a silicone gasket, so this is all waterproofed. We've got these roller clips here that keep everything secure. We've got some survival basics in here. That's nice. I threw in Bear Grylls Pocket Survival Guide because it came with another piece of equipment that we'll look at in a little bit, so that could be helpful. I'm not a real keen lover of these survival wire saws, but there's one in here and I might use it if I had to. We've got a lighter in here, and it just came with a regular lighter. I like to wrap duct tape around mine so that we get the switch so it doesn't discharge accidentally. And these heads can pop off, so if you duct tape them, you've got a higher probability that this lighter is going to actually last in a survival situation. I threw in one of these desiccant silica gel packs just to keep the moisture down in there. I also threw in this Schrade sharpener. It's a nice little sharpener. Basically the way that you use this is I just set it up at an angle. I just run my blade each way. Takes a little bit of practice, but it's a small sharpener and it's going to work for the knives that I have in this kit. So I threw that in. That didn't come with this kit. We've got an emergency whistle. We've got a little bit of dinky nylon cordage that just came with the kit. I've got more cordage in this kit that I'll show you in a little bit. Nice roll of duct tape. Duct tape's helpful for many, many, many things. We've got a little flashlight and we've got some NATO matches here. We've also got just a regular pack of matches. Little button compass. Okay, we've got some thick sewing thread, which could also be used for traps and snares. So this is basically a sewing kit. Got a candle with a spool of wire on it. We've got this Tinder Quick. It lights up pretty easy with a spark. I threw these in. Wet fire is a great addition. We'll talk about wet fire in future videos. I'm big on redundancy in fire, so I put a Schrade fire steel with striker in here also, so I added that to this kit. We've got 6 packs of chlorine powder that's going to take care of some Giardia and Cryptosporidium. 1 pack per liter, so we've got 6 liters worth there. We've got a little first aid kit, and we've got this multi-tool, kind of like a Swiss Army knife type of thing. We've got some fishing line. So we've got this little fishing kit, goes with our fishing line here. We've got a lure, and we've got a bunch of hooks and sinkers. That's cool. Got an emergency blanket. We've got a nice razor blade. We've got some electrical ties. We've got a pencil, and we've got this Right On Rain. So this is a waterproof, rainproof polymer paper. We've got this Fresnel lens, signal mirror. We've got a patch for clothing, and now we've got our Frontier emergency filter. So this, you could use your water bottle, fill up your water bottle with water from a creek or stream, and you can just drink right out of it like that, or you can drink right out of your water source. Then we've got a couple of coffee filters. These are good for pre-filters for your water. We've got a nice big piece of foil. You could use that for a reflector. Of course, you can cook on it. And then we've got 2 plastic bags. These could be used for water carriers, for putting stuff in, for collecting wild edibles, stuff like that. And then we've got this nifty container. You could use this for cooking container in an emergency or a water carrier. That's Best Glide Ultimate Adventure Survival Kit, the advanced version. So that's in this kit. Next, inside here, we've got an MRE. In a survival situation, I would probably stretch this out. And since we're talking about food, we've got this little pouch back here. Got a couple of snacks in here. Got some Kind bars, got some Earl Grey tea, and I've got my little secret trick here, just coffee beans. Chewing coffee beans will give you a boost, and they can be really helpful, especially if you're having a bad day out in the woods. So in our side pocket, I've got 100 feet, brand new roll of 100 feet of Titan Type 3 550 paracord. So if we've got 100 feet here, that's actually 800 feet of usable cordage. When we strip off the outer casing, there's 7 inner strands, so that gives us 800 feet of cordage, and you can set up a lot of improvised shelters with that, traps and snares and things like that. Absolute essential. I think that's it for the inside here and here. Let's take a look at the front pouch. In the front pouch, I have a monocular. I think it's good to have spiritual encouragement for me. It's the Bible. In addition to our schmog, bandanas are helpful for a lot of the same reasons. So we've got a bandana. I've got a 50 count of Coleman Bio Wipes, great for washing up, cleaning up. For a headlamp, I'm still looking for something better than the Bear Grylls headlamp head torch. I just can't find it. It's got 2 settings to it. What I like about it is it's super lightweight. It's been durable for me. It takes 1 AAA battery, lasts a long time. It's got this little pouch in the headband where you can put your spare battery. Next, some people don't care for having a saw. I find that having a quality folding saw, especially in a wilderness situation, is helpful. These are Japanese made, Silky Pocket Boy, high quality steel, fast cutting. I love them, and it's smaller, so it ended up in this kit. Okay, inside here, we've got our button compass, but here's my real compass kit. Button compass can check my regular compass. In here I've got a map. When I have a map of the area you're in or the area you're going. I've got a Sharpie, permanent Sharpie, so that can write on just about anything. I've got my standard Silva map compass. And then I've got my SE Map Helps cards. In the front pocket, I've got a larger USGS topo map. It's like half of our county. Then I've got copies of Vital ID, my driver's license, my passport number, credit card in here, and I've got $130, I believe, in here also. In my back pouch, I've got this handgun sock, and it's going to keep moisture from accumulating on your chosen pistol. So this is a Walther P22. And this is going to be good for small game hunting. So you could put your chosen, just about any reasonably sized pistol is going to fit in here. So I just chose my Walther P22 for this particular example. And then I've got another bandana. It's a survival bandana. So it's got some basic survival tips and things on here. I've got 2 packs of 50 rounds of Remington 22 ammo. And then I've got 2 additional 10 round Walther P22 clips. Now, if you want a non-firearm solution, here's one of the Pocket Predator slingshots and a bunch of 38 caliber ammo in here. And that's gonna fit in this pouch really easy too. In fact, there's enough room in this back pouch that you could fit the P22, all this ammo, and then this stuff too if you wanted to do some silent small game hunting. And that's it. That's the pack. The cool thing about this kit is this could be used as a base kit for those that don't want to carry a whole lot of weight. So if you'd rather have all this stuff in a backpack I'm really liking is this is the Condor Urban Go Bag Pack. So that's an option. Also, if you're in a cooler climate, we've got the Snug Pack Stratosphere. It can strap right on the bottom of this sling pack. Also, if you're in a situation where it's going to be a little bit cooler, we've got the Snug Pack Jungle Bag, and the Jungle Bag actually, in combination with the Snug Pack Stratosphere and our Soulscape Breathable Bivvy, you combine these 3 together, and I've gone down easy to freezing temperatures using the combination of these 3. So if you're in a colder climate, colder weather, colder time of the year, you may want to add these puppies, strap them onto the bottom of this sling pack. So 14-pound sling pack, versatile, good for vehicles, good if you're on foot. It's not real showy, and it's going to be good for wilderness or urban survival situations. I hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed this kit. For your convenience, I've included links to all the gear that we've mentioned in the video description on YouTube. Just click the Show More tab under this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel on YouTube, and click the link on your screen to subscribe to the Ultimate Survival Tips Show on Carbon TV for new survival videos 21 days before they're released on YouTube, monthly giveaways, and over 75 other awesome outdoor shows. Visit UltimateSurvivalTips.com for even more survival training and gear reviews. While you're there, grab your free subscription to our monthly survival e-mag. And if you're a real survival junkie, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter for daily survival tips and news. Okay, this is David. I hope to see you on the other side, and remember, be prepared because you never know.